Welcome to Ducks on the Pod, a baseball podcast with your hosts, Matt Welker and Jake Mosley. Welcome back, everybody, to Ducks on the Pod. My name's Jake. My name's not Jake. My name's Matt. That's Jake. And today, Jake, we're going over our NL predictions from earlier this season.
Yeah, hopefully they go better than the AL ones. A little mixed bag of how we did so far.
Yeah, I'm happy with my results. I can see them in front of me. Especially with it being a 50-50 thing. Anyway, before we get started, do you have anything you would like to bring up and talk about? I wouldn't be surprised if it's about All-Star voting.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like the All-Star game. I'll just say that.
I've never been.
I don't watch it. I was curious because I intentionally didn't talk to you about that because I did want to talk about it today. I just hate the voting process. Like, as a fan, I wish fans had less say because it becomes a popularity contest instead of quality, like on the field performance, and it just makes the game not as good.
I agree. What I don't really understand is why it's like the starters at least are solely voting. Like it's literally every single major market is just going to dominate that. Like that. Like to be honest, I didn't look at the starting lineups, but like if Max Muncy's in it, I would not be surprised. But like. Yeah. It's stuff like that where it's just like dominated by the New York teams, the LA teams, and any other big city.
Yep.
Like Ellie could be having the best shortstop season, and he just wouldn't get voted in because he's in Cincinnati. Maybe he would just because a bunch of little kids like him. But like I can't imagine that. Don't you dare smirk at that. I can't imagine that he would ever win the popularity vote there, just solely from the fact that he plays for the Reds and not the Dodgers.
Yeah, all it takes is a big city team to have a good year, and big city teams tend to spend more money, so they tend to have good years more often.
I feel like even in years where the Dodgers are not good, they still have good all-star representation.
See, I would disagree with you on the Dodgers portion, just because I don't think there's that many true Dodgers fans.
Yeah.
When they're not good, like people don't really show up to their games. Outside of like touristy type things.
Like taking pictures the entire game?
Right. But besides that, I think, yeah, it's a fair point. I don't know. I like that there's fan voting to some degree.
Yes.
I think fans should have some say. I don't think right now it's at the right percentage, like weight-wise, that it should be.
I mean, we're obsessed with WAR. Why don't we just make it like 2/3 WAR and then 1/3 fan vote?
Yeah. I also don't really like that every team has to have one representative because, like, the White Sox, for example, or the Rockies, like, they don't deserve to have an all-star this year, like, period.
I mean,
like,
Hunter Goodman is pretty good. I'm fairly certain he was the Rockies representation. I have no clue who the White Sox was.
Yeah, but who would be – exactly. But, like, who would be in the all-star game ahead of them? Like, there's probably still a couple guys who are having better. Maybe not Hunter Goodman, but that's more of a one-off because he's a catcher, and like catcher is just a tough position to perform offensively at, and he's certainly doing that. But
it's bombs.
Yeah, but also like you're in Colorado, like how much of it is because of that, like the raw numbers aspect of it.
Yeah, but
regardless,
like parks too.
Those teams like markets or like fan bases are kind of already checked out on the year. Like they're probably not going to go and watch the All-Star game to watch their guy like throw, one inning, maybe he gets in, maybe he doesn't. Like I'd rather just have it like the All-Star game mean something and just literally have all the best players there. I don't care what teams they're on. It just needs to be a more quality game because right now, why I think it's boring is like you watch for your team's guy to go do something And then the second they're done, you know they're going to be subbed out, and you just move on with your day.
Yeah.
You turn it off. So it's
It's not as
good,
much of
like
a national game
entertainment.
anymore.
No, it's good entertainment for, like you could send an alert on your phone to find out if your guy's in the game or not, or when he's about to come up. Like you're in and
Yeah.
out of the game in a couple of minutes, and it's not like watching an actual baseball game. So I wish they got back to that a little bit. I'm not sure what that breakout is. I do think like players and owners and like even like Hall of Fame stuff, like there's accredited writers who can all have a say to pick the best teams, and then the fan vote is just a very small percentage of that. So, and
Yeah.
I don't really like the legend crap either.
I'm
It's
cool
just
with
more
like
so
a
favoritism and like getting a guy in there from marketability standpoint. So
yeah.
I'm out on that.
I'm all right with like accredited people picking the lineups. I think it'd be cool if, as far as the vote goes, you can only pick like only one player from each team can get in on the vote. Like,
Yeah,
and then just whoever on every team that has the highest vote count that gets in for that team. But we're also, as a sport as a whole, we're obsessed with war. Just make that part of it. Like I don't think war is that great as far as like mid season because everybody has ups and downs. It's great to look at year as
do
a
you think like
whole.
minimum requirement of war to be able to be voted in, or are you thinking
I
like
think it. I
have some
don't.
sort of metric that war is a percentage of to kind
I
of
think it
weight
should just be like war
a
is
value?
a heavier percentage, but
Mm-hmm.
just its number as a whole. So let's say somebody has a 3.2 war right now. It could be like 3.2, and then you add in
That
uh,
equals a million votes or something, like
one.
one
Yeah, you
war.
add in one for every million vote.
Yeah,
Or like if they get 1.2, you add in 1.2, and then whatever their formula is, that's it. I don't know, but
I don't hate that, but we're
I'm
both
on the same
analytics
page as
guys.
yeah, I'm on the same page as you. Sorry, I just picked something on my leg and it's bleeding profusely. Um,
Of course.
so I'm trying to make sure I'm not getting blood everywhere. Uh, but yeah, I'm with you. I'm not a huge All Star guy. I'm also not a huge home run derby guy. I haven't looked at the field yet, but it is fun to
Oh,
watch. And they
I saw
change the rules
O'Neal
every
Creasy's
year,
in
so
it.
it's oh really?
Yeah, so I'll
I saw
probably tune
James
in
Woods in it
just for
too.
that. It's
Yeah,
just like they don't make like that big of a deal out of the home run race anymore either. Like
yeah,
this year, it's finally. I feel like it's kind of heating back up because
because Cal Raleigh's
multiple
doing
guys
it.
have chances. It's just, well, yeah, it's kind of you didn't see it coming type situation. I just feel like All Star Weekend is all about like the same exact crap that like every other media outlet just puts out there on a daily basis. Aaron Judge is good at baseball. Shohei Ohtani is good at baseball. Pete Alonso hits nukes. Like once you get past that and like the big market stuff, like it's all the same stuff that you've just been cramming down our throats the entire time.
Yeah,
So yeah, it just gets a little bit exhausting by the time it gets there, and then you go play, a meaningless game.
yeah. All right, I have had enough talking about that. How about
Yeah,
you?
yeah. Let's
All right,
move on to the
let's
over
get
under
into
time.
this. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna start. I actually forget the exact order we went in last time, but we're gonna end with the Central since both of our teams are in the Central. So I'm gonna go East, West, Central, just because that's how I have it. If you don't like that, get over it. Um, so again, we'll go in team order from their preseason Vegas prediction, i.e., the Braves are first at 93.5. So we'll start with them, even though they're poo poo. Yeah, Braves 93.5. I put under, smart guy. You put over. I am very clearly winning that one right now, which that's under, like they're pacing for 71 wins. That's 22 and a half under what their preseason uh, prediction was, which is 7 more off than the worst team in the AL, and just slightly off of another team in the NL. But yeah, that's bad. I mean, that's
So
tough. That's tough getting predicted at 94 wins and you're
you're
getting a pace
saying,
at 71.
are you saying they're the furthest off from their mark.
Yes.
Am I understanding it
Right.
correctly?
Right now, they're 22 wins off of their mark as far as their pace goes.
Yeah. I mean, they've had some weird things kind of happen this year.
Yeah. So got
So,
hurt. Schwellenbach's hurt now.
yeah, like Acuna obviously missed the first part of the year. Profar was suspended, just came back. So I think there's brighter days ahead. They're not hitting the 93.5, not even close. You
No.
can't have like these unforeseen things happen and then also just be
Do you,
underperforming across the board, really.
do you think with never mind. I was going to ask if you thought there could even be a sliver of a chance they could come back and try to get a wild card spot. I mean, they'd have to
I
play some
haven't,
hell of a ball.
I haven't even looked at wild card. How far out are they?
Well, so the wild card, the third wild card as far as pacing goes right now is I think 86.4. No. Yes. No, 88. So no chance. They're not making up 17 games. Unless I think it's the Giants that are currently in it.
They still have a 5.8% chance to make the playoffs
That's just because of
per Fangraphs.
yeah.
Which, yeah, I mean, it's pretty dang low, which is funny because this very well could be one of the best teams, if not like the best team in baseball for the second half of the year. Like, I don't
Yeah.
think their
I wouldn't want to play them.
upside or their ceiling has changed at all from the preseason. It's just they've been underperforming and they've had some very, like, everyone has injuries, but their
Yeah.
injuries are a little bit of a different breed. And then Profar on top of that.
So that's what I think's funny. Like I would much rather face the Orioles, who I probably was higher on preseason right
Mm-hmm.
now than I would want to face the Braves. Like the Orioles lineup is still their lineup. Like they're very good at baseball. They just can't pitch for shit. Braves are a little banged up in that market as well, but I don't know. I still wouldn't want to see them. And we get to in Bristol. Couldn't think of where it was.
That racetrack game, huh?
Yeah,
Stupid.
I got to try to get down to that. I don't have a ticket yet.
It's just too gimmicky. That's what it
You're
is.
gimmicky. All right, I'm going to
I
move on
hate gimmicks. Okay.
to the current second place team in the NL East, the New York Metropolitans, who were actually preseason tied with the Phillies at 90.5, which is funny because me and you flipped on both of them. So I had under for the Mets. You had over. They are currently 2.1 pacing over their over under. So you win this one.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they still have a lot of division ball to be played. I could see they were at least on a little bit of a skid. I don't know what they're doing now. But I mean, they have all the pieces to clear 93 games, I'd say, or 91 games. I mean,
Yeah, I was actually kind of surprised that I put over. Like I did double check you because I know I was awfully critical of their pitching staff earlier, and it was just a matter of fact that I thought their offense was good enough to outweigh it.
which was
They've had one of
hysterical
the
because
worst
their
pitching
pitching staff
staffs
was
over the
like
last
the
month.
best in the first 2 months.
Yeah, and is now the worst over the last month. So,
Yes.
um, kind of got to see where that ends up. I can't imagine if their staff ends up being as bad as what they've been the last month, and that's actually like more of their true identity that they maintain their what do you say 2.5
2.1.
game pace above the over. So I'll be honest, I'm a little bit nervous about that one. That being said, like Soto's a real wild card, and there's definitely some upside for his performance this year.
Yes. He's been hitting the shit out of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really have anything bad to say about the Mets.
It's hard to poke holes in a team pacing for 93.
Yeah.
So
Which I don't know how strong their schedule's been so far, or if it's like they have a gauntlet left. I don't care. I still think they're good, and I mean, I feel like even the last couple of years, obviously we didn't do this before this year, but me and you have always been like, dude, they have talent on their team. Why aren't they good?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they turned it on last year and figured it out, and now they add Juan Soto and some more pitching. But no, I mean they're fun to watch.
What's interesting is they're one game back in the division right now, and Fangraphs has them at only a 39% chance to win the division, where the Phillies, obviously
Phillies
one
are
game
good.
up on them, 61% chance to win the division. So
Yeah,
just based on that alone, I'd imagine the Phillies have a easier schedule moving forward, but
yeah.
the Phillies are damn good too.
Which brings me to my next point.
That's
The
why I did
Phillies.
that.
Yes. So, like I said, same prediction. But me and you flipped between the two teams. I had over for them. You had under for them. So, meaning I win.
Mm-hmm.
They're pacing just below 4 games over it at a 94.4, and they are very good.
Yeah, they got off to a slow start too, so they've really turned it on.
Yeah.
Really, no complaints with that entire ball club though.
I mean, Wheeler just.
Zach Wheeler's disgusting still. He's already announced that he's like retiring after the end of next year. Um, that guy looks like he can just pitch forever at this point.
Yeah. I mean, I hate to bring this up because I constantly just bring up games against the Reds, but he literally threw a perfect game the other day against us outside of one hit that happened to be a home run.
Guess
No
what?
walks, just that
That
hit.
wouldn't have apparently that would not have been a home run in the majority of ballparks either.
Well, fix your
So
part.
that close.
That's funny. I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't verify it. I just saw it on social media. I didn't bother to look because I didn't really care that much. But
that game has started quite the skid for my old Red Legs, but we're not on that division yet. Yeah, the Phillies are very good. That's pretty much all I have to say because they're very good. I mean, top to bottom of their lineup, like Bryson Stott's probably hitting 8th, maybe 9th. Probably whoever their backup catcher is whenever he's in, he's probably
yeah,
hitting 9th.
as you sit here today, they definitely seem like the more complete team of the two, them and the Mets. So I give credit where credit's due. I was concerned that they were old. If there's any issues with them being
That
old,
was
it
your
would creep
concern.
up in August, September. So I guess we'll see when we get there. But they've shown me enough. Like they're still the same guys that we've um, grown to love over the last
I feel like your
5
biggest
years.
concern was Trey Turner, wasn't it? Which I believe he's hitting over 300 right now.
Not so much that, it's just like all the main areas of their contribution, like all come from like guys approaching their mid 30s. So it really only took, one of them to really shit the bed this year, and their lineup looks a lot worse than what it is. But that clearly has not happened. And to be clear, I believe I said that it's not something I expect to happen. It's just like when you have to poke holes in the preseason of how can this go wrong? How can it go right? There's just a chance that happened. If I didn't say that and I'm making it up to fit my narrative now, I apologize.
He's a phony.
Maybe.
Um,
I can't remember that far. I can't remember what I ate for breakfast like this morning.
I thought you were going to say dinner. I was like, dude, that was 2 hours ago.
I didn't eat dinner.
Well, maybe you forgot to eat it. I'm ready to continue on to this division. Unless you have more to say, just stop
Nope.
me. All
Keep
right.
going.
So moving
You're the
on
host.
then to what would have been the 4th place Nationals. They were projected at 70.5. We both said over. And they're currently sitting in at 66.5. So obviously that's a little bit under. I don't know. I still have faith that they could go on a tear and do some stuff like that. Their team is very exciting to watch, which I feel like he doesn't get talked about enough. But Mackenzie Gore is very good at pitching. But obviously Wood and Abrams and just the rest of their young guys are all just doing it out there, and it's exciting to watch because I feel like add a couple pieces the next couple years they could be making some noise.
Yeah, I don't care that they're under right now. I think we still win this one at the end of the day. I'm not too concerned. They're all like up and coming players for the most part. They're really just like fun time in a franchise's building where like, yeah, you might not be good, but you're fun to watch and you have all the possibilities moving forward. Definitely thought Dylan Cruz would be a hell of a lot better than he has been this year and
Kind of
last
forgot
year.
about him since he's been so bad.
Yeah. Well, he's hurt right now, but I'm just looking up. He's hitting 196 this year. He hit 218 last year.
Wow.
Um, OBP's under 300 both years. OPS is in the low 600s. Like I thought that there would be a little bit of growth um, coming into this year. I might have even picked him for Rookie of the Year.
I believe I did.
Just kidding. You did. Nice.
I don't remember
Yeah,
who you picked.
terrible take on your
You
end.
picked Roki?
Yeah, also terrible take.
Yeah.
But I was just salty, I guess, on Roki.
Yeah.
I saw that splitter, man. 40 inches of break for Roki. I don't know what to tell you. I wouldn't be able to hit it, I'll tell you that much.
No.
But yeah, I think Nationals still have enough to get there, and James Woods like going to be one of the best players in baseball for a long time to come.
Yeah. I hope he just doesn't like get fat and turn into Josh Bell.
I hope he does. That'd be awesome.
No.
I mean, he
Stay
doesn't rely
athletic.
that
Stay
much on.
lean.
He doesn't rely on that much. Who cares? I want to see him pack on the pounds and just hit nukes.
Yeah. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So both the Phillies and Nationals are in different directions, but 3.9 away from their preseason prediction. Which team do you think is most likely to flip the other way?
Sorry, 3.9
The
what?
3.9 wins either above or below their preseason prediction.
Oh, you're looking at like actual decimal points like that? Damn.
No, I'm all right, Jake. Hold on.
3 point.
The
Ask that
Phillies,
again. I couldn't track that at
yeah.
all. My brain's not
Well, stop
working.
talking, and I will. The Phillies were at 90.5. They're
Yeah.
pacing at 94.4, meaning they're
Okay.
pacing 3.9 above their prediction.
Gotcha. Okay.
The Nationals are pacing 3.9 below their prediction. My
Okay.
question is, which
Who's more
one do
likely to
you
flop?
think is more likely to flop?
I'd say the Nationals.
So you're saying you think that
The Nationals will make up
have the better
3.9
chance
games
to hit that
easier.
over versus the Phillies hitting the under?
Correct.
I would agree with that. I just, yeah.
Part of it
because honestly,
by the time we get to
I
this
think
next
they're
game,
going to both go over. But it's not
I
like
agree.
there's only one right answer there. It's just, I was just curious
I
who
agree.
you thought maybe would have the better chance to flip there. I mean, unless the Phillies just go on an absolute skid, but I don't really see that. Their lineup's too strong.
No. I just think the Nationals are still like pretty close to a 500 team. Pretty close.
Yes.
Not quite going to get there, but ballpark.
Which is hysterical because they're pacing for 15 below 500.
Yes.
But they're also in a really good division. And even with the Braves not having a good record, they're still a good team. Moving on to the fifth and final team of this division, we got the Miami Marlins. They were predicted at 63.5. I'm pretty sure me and you both overwhelmingly said under. Mostly because of the division they're in. Obviously, we both were higher on the Nats, so we were like, they've got 4 teams in this division that are just going to beat the brakes off of them. They're currently 11 games over that pacing because they're currently 7 games under 500. But they're pacing at 74.6, so we are both wrong there. And they are currently beating the Reds 10-1 in the middle of the 7th inning.
Yeah, they're feisty.
Xavier Edwards is just dominating us this game. I think he's
he got his first barrel out of the way,
RBIs.
and now he's
Floodgates
one of the best hitters in baseball. Yeah, he's Barry Bonds now.
I don't necessarily have too much to talk about the Marlins. I would assume either Stowers or Xavier Edwards is their all-star representation because Sandy's not been that good. I can't even remember half their other pitchers, but no one's really been outstanding outside of Stowers which I don't even think Stowers has that good of numbers. I think he just hits a lot of home runs. But Edwards is just, he's good. He's just on the Marlins.
they're just a lot better than I thought. Like they're
Yeah.
feisty, but they're kind of
You have
more
Augustine
scary.
too.
Yeah, so he's amazing so far. Stowers is um, just as good or possibly better. I didn't think he quite had this power upside. Um, that's going well. Conine's hurt, so he's supposed to be really good and was performing pretty well, I believe,
Mhm.
before he got hurt. And then on top of that, like Sandy is not playing well, so there's upside there, even though they're going to end up trading him. Yuri Perez just came back. Like they actually have like a bunch of good pieces all of a sudden. That like the future's bright for the Marlins a lot faster than I thought.
Yeah. That's actually who is facing the Reds tonight. I'm pretty sure he kind of
To
messed us
Yuri
up.
Perez,
Yeah. He went 5 innings,
yeah,
8 Ks,
he's
which doesn't surprise
disgusting.
me. We strike out a shit ton. Um, yeah, he only gave up 2 hits, which he gave up a solo home run to Matt McClain in the first, and then a double to Friedel in I think the third, maybe the fourth. That's it. I already shut my phone off, but I
Yeah.
believe it said no walks, 8 Ks. Absolute
Yuri
filth.
Perez, like obviously we know Sandy has it.
Yeah.
Will he have it this year? I don't know. I hope they come some trade for him. It's rumored though. Edward Cabrera's got some nasty stuff too. Like they have some pretty
Yeah.
pretty good
They've got
guys.
some nasty
They're just
pitchers.
thin,
They're just not statistically that good right now.
right?
Yuri Perez is, but to your point, he's been hurt a lot.
Yeah, going into the year, it's just like, all right, you got all these guys who are just constantly hurt, so you can't be that good. And now they're pretty decent.
My water just exploded on me.
Can't believe you're drinking water tonight.
I'm parched, man. I only have one beer in my fridge, and it's a Modelo. I might just go grab it. Yeah, the Marlins are a lot better than I thought. This is now the second game of our series that they're just absolutely destroying us. I think we have a combined 4 hits in the last 3 games for 3 runs. No shutouts. But yeah,
I just
so
think like all these
we,
teams are going to be over except the Braves,
yeah, I mean, you did
which is
say
kind of
that
crazy
outside
to
of
think.
Phillies and Marlins, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously the Nats have to make up that 4 games, but we both believe they can.
Yeah,
And I can't imagine the Marlins fall off 11 games.
it's not like the Central or West are necessarily bad.
No, I mean the Central's killing it. Uh, I'm done with the East.
Okay,
Likewise.
likewise.
All righty, we're moving out west to the Doyers on
Okay.
pace or predicted at 105.5, which is just absurd. We both said over, and I think I was like, they'll have 106. But they currently are on pace for 98.6, which is just under 7 less uh, than what they were predicted at. I don't know if they can make up 7, but this team is obviously really fucking good. Uh, if there's a team to make up 7, it's them. Which I feel like they have the same story every year that all their pitchers are hurt. I know Glasnow is coming back soon. Roki's not been that great. Yamamoto, I believe, just got absolutely torched yesterday by the
Yeah, he
Brewers.
did.
Um,
He's been good though.
I didn't
Obviously,
see
they
his
just had
pitch.
Shohei come back to the bump.
Yeah, has he gone extended yet, or is he still doing his 2 inning stints?
I'm not sure how long he pitched the other day. Once again, I don't like covering Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge. If you haven't gathered that, I literally don't care what they're doing.
Well, we're talking about every team, so
I know,
no
I
shit.
know, I know.
um, yeah, Dodgers
I'm
are
just saying
good.
that's why I don't know because
That's
I'm
all I
not like
got.
okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Um, I actually think they will make it up. Partially because who's the next team we're talking about here?
well, they don't have to play the Cubs
San
anymore.
Diego.
No, the next team is actually Arizona.
Arizona. Ugh, good for them. No, I don't think the Giants actually. We'll talk more about them when they get there. They're 50-42 right now. I don't think they're very good anymore. At first, one of our first podcasts, like in mid-season, I'm like, oh, they're really good. They're beating all these good teams. I think they're actually bad now. Like I don't think they're good at all. So because
No,
of that,
I
I
think they
think
were just hot.
there's a lot more
Flores was
wins.
killing it. Ramos was
Yeah.
killing it.
Yep.
Has Adamas ever hit the ball in San Fran?
No,
Like I haven't looked up his stats in quite a bit, but I
they're
remember
okay.
the first 2 months, 3 months, it was bad.
Pretty sure he hit a tank the other day, but yeah, he was one of my
Congrats.
least favorite signings. I knew his offense was going to die out there.
I feel like they kind of gave him the bag too
They did unnecessarily.
for a couple years, more than a couple.
Yeah, terrible
Anyway,
decision.
Dodgers, they're good at
Yep.
baseball. I I would imagine that there's probably no reason they don't win the World Series again, unless no, I'm not going to say that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just going to be a rude thing to say. I don't really have much more to talk about them outside of Andy Paez. I feel like actually does kind of deserve his All Star bid, just because I think he's got like a 3.2 WAR right now. Like, good for you.
His defense is insane.
Yeah. Um, but some of the other guys like Mookie's great, but I feel like Lindor and Ellie deserve that over him. But again, it's all fan vote, so it doesn't matter. Get out of my face. All right, I'm going to move on because I'm like you. I don't love talking about the Dodgers, but we have to. Um, Arizona Diamondbacks, a whopping 19 games predicted below the Dodgers at 86.5. Oh, but wait, never mind. I'm an idiot. I said over on 86.5. You said under, which they're currently one game below 500, meaning they are pacing at 80 games. So you take the under on this one, uh, which they're about the same distance as the Dodgers as far as off their mark. They're 6.5 or 6.4 below what Vegas said they would do. I don't honestly know why I said over, but
Check the tape.
yeah. I mean, the rotation's deep. Every single time I've watched and Fat's been on the mound, he gets absolutely destroyed. Um, which I always liked him, but I need to be looking up what Eduardo Rodriguez is doing. I wanted him to be a Red so bad when he got traded from the Tigers. Uh, Not
I
the
forgot he was
case.
on the Tigers.
Yeah.
I don't even remember him from the Red
Um,
Sox, but yeah, you're right.
yeah. Zach Allen and Merrill Kelly thinks that Great American's cheating, that their mound is too low. So I say, fuck them. That's why. But no, I said over, you said under. So you win this one. Um, Again, they're 6.4 below what they're pacing, or their pace is 6.4 below what they were predicted at. I don't see them catching that. Just in this division, they haven't been playing that good a ball. Suarez is probably going to get traded. Um, Corbin Carroll's back though.
Yeah, it's weird. They're like part of their lineup like feels like they've
I
been playing really well, and their rotation feels like they've been playing really well. Their bullpen's ass. Um, it's kind of surprising that their record's where it is, but it's going to lead them to
Mhm.
be sellers. To your point, um, and Suarez has been a big piece of that offense for a couple of years now. So yeah, I don't think that like you subtract from the major league level here and still make up
No,
that
yeah.
amount of games.
I think if they stayed, if trades weren't a thing, I feel like they could get close to getting to 87. I just don't
Yeah,
think I see them getting all the way there.
agreed.
Um, so this team has been up and down all year. The Padres, 85.5 was their prediction. We both said over. We both are correct as of now because they're pacing point 0.9 over it. I feel like they've just been hot and then really cold, hot then really cold. Like the fact that they're only 6 games above 500 is interesting because I feel like they started the year like 20-4. uh,
Mhm.
they just couldn't lose. It was crazy. Um, they did just get Yu Darvish back. Didn't see how he did. Uh,
Well,
that could
he only
that could
went like
definitely help.
4 or something, but
Yeah,
yeah, he threw the
probably
ball
a
well.
nice injury uh, shortened. I guess not injury shortened, but shorter start coming back off injury. How about that?
Good.
Saul Machado, I believe he got his 2000th hit.
Yeah,
Correct?
and
Yeah,
2001, which was a homer to left.
Donger. Yeah,
I know
that'd be
everything
cool
about
if
the Padres. They're my adopted team. I watch so many of their games now.
you hate him.
I love them.
No, you hate him. Um, so that actually, by the way, the Padres are the first team that we both agreed on and are currently correct. So,
Good for us.
which there is another one, which is interesting. Um,
Um, so Padres, are you about to move on?
Padres. Uh,
They're
no,
just
I
my
was just gonna
adopted team. I want to spend a
spit on
second
them.
on them. So they're very hot and cold. To your point, part of it is their rotation hasn't been fully healthy and it's getting there. Joe Musgrove will come back at some point as well. I was watching the game yesterday. He's up to throwing like 120 feet or something at like 80%, 70%. Um, so he's like kind of pretty far in his like Tommy John throwing comeback rehab stuff, but we'll see. I don't expect that to be like anytime soon, really. Like probably not enough to really impact the over under. But the part of the reason I think they're hot and cold is they're just so reliant on their top four in the lineup, and they don't
Yeah,
hit home runs, and like they have to manufacture runs somehow. So obviously, I'm pumped that they moved Luis Ariz to the 4 spot. You know, our recommendation, um,
I'm
which
sure
is
they
great.
that's
But
where they got it from.
hey, maybe Nick Punto. You know,
They're missing the juice,
coach.
man.
The issue is like you can't not hit home runs and then just sit on first base. Like it's okay to get thrown out stealing because the odds of getting we talked about this last episode, so I'm
Yeah,
not going to go too far in depth. But point being is like the reason they're hot and cold because you mentioned it. I think is because they're so reliant on 4 guys, and those 4 guys aren't hitting home runs all the time.
yeah.
So they got to do something to score more runs. To me, the easy solution is when you have somebody on with speed and like 2 outs or something, like take a chance because the bottom of your lineup's not very good. So you're probably not going to
No,
stack up the hits needed for big innings. You got to start playing for 1 run more often.
I could see them being D buyers. I feel like
They
they
should
would
be.
buy pitching though.
Mm, I disagree. Actually,
I don't know.
I don't. The thing is,
Okay.
like, I don't really know what they would buy. Like, they're like Cronenworth's a good piece. Gavin Sheets has been playing well. Like Merrill's good. Obviously, Tatis, Machado. You're not doing anything with them. Luis Ariz is probably stuck. Like
You just named 7 people, by the way, and said they're all good.
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but then
The thing is, they don't stack
I'm
things
going
together.
back to you saying that you're just depending on your top four.
Right, but like it's okay to have a good piece who's hitting seventh or eighth. They're a good piece as a 7 or 8 hitter. Doesn't mean they're
Yeah, I agree with
necessarily like
that.
impacting the lineup with like a whole lot of juice. Like Cronenworth will have his good games and stuff, but like, do you really want to rely on Jay Cronenworth to win you a ball game? Like, I certainly don't. I'd rather
Yeah,
have Manny Machado
that's
and
your dude.
Tatis and Merrill like figure it out.
Yeah.
The thing is, they just haven't been hot like all at the same time, really.
Hmm. And
So
if
I
they
think brighter
do,
days are
look
ahead.
the fuck out.
Yeah, I just don't know. Like at the deadline, like what do you do if you're the Padres?
Oh, I feel like their
Like,
bench
are you really?
sucks.
Yeah, I mean they're thin for sure,
Yeah.
but like, are you really going to give up like Ethan Salas to go get a piece just for this year? Like, I wouldn't.
No.
That being
I
said,
mean,
like
you don't have
Machado's
to.
mid-30s. But
Yeah, like if they get a lineup piece, it's going to be like a Tommy Pham type guy that
mm,
signs to a new team every year. That team stinks, but he's playing well. It's going to be a guy like that.
yeah, that's
Maybe
what
they'll
I would
maybe
want to
they'll
see if I
trade
were
for
them.
Profar. That would actually be hysterical if they did that.
That would be funny.
All right, I'm going to move on
Okay.
unless you had more.
No, I'm good. Just had to talk about my secondary squad there for a second. Can't let an opportunity
I
slide by.
I also have really enjoyed the Padres. Haven't watched them much this year, but I always kind of like their. I really like their those like light brown unis.
Yeah.
The
I
I
like
don't know.
those
I
City
just like
Connects.
their color schemes a lot. Yeah, their
I like
city
everything
connects are
about the
sweet.
Padres. Like, I like having a West Coast
San
team that I
Diego,
cheer
great
for,
city.
just because, like, after the Cubs play, which is typically Central Time, otherwise it's most likely Eastern Time. I like to have a game on after that I
Yeah,
can watch a couple innings of. It's always been like the Giants or like the Mariners. Loved watching Mariners games for a while. But yeah, I mean, the podcast got me hooked on the Padres, and I've always liked the Padres. Don't get me wrong, for the reasons you just mentioned. But this year, it's just they're getting all the love from me. Love the
yeah.
Padres.
I'm a big Michael King fan too.
Yeah,
Um,
he's nasty.
yes, he sure is. All right, the San Francisco Giants. They were predicted at 79.5. I said over. You said under. And they're currently sitting at 88. If I had to guess, I probably said I see them at 500. I did not see them pacing at 88 right now and being the third wild card as it currently stands today. So they're 8.5 over their prediction. So I got that one right. You got that one wrong because you're an idiot. But no, I agree with you and our points on the Giants earlier. I don't think they're really that good.
No,
Verlander, by the way, stinks. I don't think he has a. I don't think he has
yeah,
a win on the season.
yeah, it's been rough. Father Time catches
Like,
everybody. Unfortunately, I think it's
oh
now.
yeah, like absolutely Hall of Famer.
Oh
I've enjoyed
yeah,
watching this guy's entire career. Just hang him up, brother. Unless, I don't know, maybe he'll. Never mind. He just has not been good at all. I'm trying to quickly find out if he even has a win yet on the season, but it's not
I'll talk. I'll talk
proving
while
very
you look.
fruitful. Please do.
Yeah, their offense is just terrible, just downright awful. I've made some promises on the social medias to look into it as far as like how to fix the Giants. I'm just worried that they're gonna have to make some moves. Um, Devers has the best WRC plus on the team. Obviously, he just got there,
Been there two
so
weeks.
I was gonna say like most of that isn't a contribution to them. Obviously, he makes that lineup better. But bottom line is, you can't pay all that money to Willie Adames and have a WRC plus of 96.
Yeah. So
Like you
Verlander
can't be
does
a
not have a
slightly
win.
below average hitter. And then, I mean, Patrick Bailey's been downright awful at the plate. I understand that he's more of a defensive catcher, but that's just like a
Yeah.
big, easy out in a lineup that um, has some easy outs in it already. Tyler Fitzgerald, I thought was going to be really good. He's in AAA now because he's been that bad. So it's kind of been rolling with just Elliot Ramos. I don't know if that H. Do you know? Is that H silent?
I have no clue.
All right. I don't. Once again, I've
Did
been watching
he is
Padres
their
games,
best
not Giants
average,
games.
by the
But
way, at yeah.
no,
He is
I mean, he's had
their
a great year.
best player by average at 270.
He's had a really good year. Matt Chapman's had a good
That's
year. Besides
yeah.
that, it
When Chapman's
starts
never
to
really
get a
been an
little
average
ugly.
guy. He's been Chapman's got a 3 WAR. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of
Um
the best glove men too. So that Ward weights defense way more than it should. If you're looking on
correct.
Baseball Reference, at least.
I'm on your favorite app right now. Um
MLB.
yeah, they're
.com.
Their team is not playing well this year. By the way, confirmed Verlander 0 wins in 14 starts, only 5 quality starts.
Yeah.
Goo. Meanwhile, Logan Webb's out there throwing a quality start 15 times out of 19.
He's been good
All right,
forever.
I'm done talking about this team that's somehow good but not good.
Logan Webb reminds me of Brandon Webb from back in the day, Diamondback.
Wow.
He might have been a Giant too. Loved watching him pitch.
Throwback.
Just that backdoor like 2-seam fastball.
What are we drinking?
Lagunitas Island Beats Tropical IPA.
Sounds like that's right up my alley.
It's
All
good.
Right.
Lagunitas sponsor us.
Were you done with Brandon Webb?
Yeah.
Were you done with Brandon Webb?
It was just good. It was just good name pull.
No, yeah. Logan Webb's very good. Every time I bet on him, I bet him to have like 11 strikeouts, and it either hits or gets very, very, very close. The other the absolute just piss poor worst team in baseball, Colorado Rockies. Which generously were predicted at 59.5, which I believe was not the lowest. That they were predicted at 5 games above the White Sox. Who, as we talked about in the last episode, were only a half of a game off of that pace. This is not the case here. So I put under, you put over. Not really sure why you said that, but they are currently 22.1 games pacing below their prediction.
I didn't think they could be worse than the White Sox.
That they're pacing for 37.4 wins. 37.
Yeah, it's an ugly number, and they earned every last
another
bit
40
of that.
watch.
Yeah, it's sad.
Even like I know in the past I've been like, oh, their offense really isn't that bad. It's their pitching that's so bad, which is the case, but they still have the fewest runs or the second fewest runs in the National League.
Yeah, their offense
at
is
324, which it's wild that the Pirates have less than that. But
they've had
they have a negative 235 differential, Jake.
Ryan McMahon is a big
negative
like
235
trade
run
piece. Yeah, no, I get it. It's
He's
ugly as anybody can. Like he's hitting 7th for the Colorado Rockies and sucks right now. Like I get like a change of scenery might do a wonder for somebody like that. He's a veteran, like he's been good. I don't really think he's that bad, but like, dude, you're hitting 7th for the Colorado Rockies. 7th.
Yeah.
And you're going to be like you're going to move the needle on some team. Some team's going to give up prospects for you.
I sincerely
nothing against the guy like Ryan McMahon.
I've seen him tied to the Reds.
Good, but I'd be terrified if my team was trying to get him. And guess what? They are.
Yeah, I've seen him tied to the Reds as well, and I do not like that. I did at first, just the name. I was like, oh, fuck yeah. I love Ryan McMahon. But he has not been good.
No.
I remember texting you about it. I think he would hit plenty of home runs and actually produce runs in Great American, but his average is bad.
It just feels so risky, doesn't it? Like with how bad of a year he's having.
If we give away nothing, I'm all right with it.
Yeah. Well, they need something.
Like if we give away like our like 40th best prospect, I'll take that. Because depends on what his contract situation looks like too, whatever you're going to give up for him. But
they're just doomed for a long time.
I would not want
Chris Bryant's like about to
now.
retire. Probably like he's got a chronic spine, like back issue. Like
dude,
Ryan McMahon's going to be gone.
20 games.
Yeah, they're in trouble for a while. This is one of
correct.
We're in back-to-back.
I saw
seasons
Chase Dollander just got set back down.
Has he been struggling that much? I can't say I watch a whole lot of Rockies games.
Yeah. I like to bet against them.
They should bring Drew Romo back up. He knows about us. I believe he follows. He played at LSU. He's a catcher. He's a defensive catcher. So probably not all that exciting for you, but fan of the pod nonetheless.
No.
Bring him up. I know they
Absolutely.
have Hunter Goodman, but give him some ABs.
But no,
Let's see what happens.
there's plenty of people on the Rockies offense that I like. Like obviously Hunter Goodman, good. Zico Tovar,
Mm.
good.
The thing is, there
Doyle, I like.
a lot of these
Tolua,
guys.
I like. Not that good
A
though.
lot of these guys, you're like, I don't like. You're good in the sense of you could be like a 7, 8, 9 hitter on a good team and like be worthy of a starting spot. But they're asking them to hit like middle of the order and produce runs. It's like that's just not going to
Yeah,
happen.
that's the worst part is that they're asked to
They're
carry
all
the
role
team and they're
players.
not team carriers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. In
I
a
feel like it's
ballpark
just a
in
team.
situation that just like plays up like the extremes. So like really good offenses are going to look great, and really bad offenses are going to look terrible because they just can't keep pace. Which is part of it as well.
Yeah, it's just wild to me though that their run scored is that low. I mean, I would assume at this
Yeah.
point that half of their games have been at home, which is 45. Like that should be inflated. They should not be last.
How many sub 40 seasons in a
235
row?
negative run differential.
It's embarrassing. How many sub 40 win seasons in a row do you need to be like, you know what? Relegation might not be that bad of an idea.
Yeah. But the thing is, tanking in baseball is not really worth it.
No, but also like, how good are the Rockies going to be next year?
Not.
Like, do you really have to sit through like 5, 6 straight years of a team just being a minor league level team? Or can you go
Yeah, I
have the
mean
Dodgers
they
AAA
truly
team
are
all of a
playing
sudden be,
minor league level
like I understand
baseball.
that's not how baseball's set up and it's never going to happen and it's American sports. I get all that, but like relegation is awesome.
Owners would never agree to that.
No, but like the AAA, like Dodgers teams with their stacked like they have a bunch of MLB guys who just there's not a spot on the roster for them because they're that good. Like, could
Yes.
they beat the Rockies more than half the time? I'd say yeah. So you're just not getting the best product.
I
And
still
the
think the
Rockies are
Rockies win
literally
more
stuck for
often.
5 years. You're wrong.
Yes.
They're so bad. They're so bad. They're so bad.
I mean, if they played 10
It's
times, I think they win 6,
it's not like saying
not like
University of
8.
Alabama football team can beat like the worst, like an 0-17 team in the NFL. Like that's not comparable because one team is
Oh,
filled of
yeah,
a
because
majority of like
that year
finance
they were talking about the
guys.
Browns versus the Alabama. The Browns would beat the shit out
Yeah.
of Alabama.
Yes, because every single one of those players could play
They're
at
an
Alabama.
SEC All-Star team.
Yes, but like
They just aren't good in the NFL.
AAA versus like worse MLB team, like I'm not sure there's that big of a gap. Is I guess my point. It's not here nor there. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, but
Just fun conversation. Hypotheticals.
yes, correct. I do disagree, but we're gonna move on.
That's fine. All right.
Yeah, that team's not good. Let's move on to the Central, the best division in baseball.
Yeah.
Starting off with your Chicago Cubs, predicted at 86.5. I said over because I'm smart, and you said under. You guys are pacing for 97 wins right now. 97.2 to be exact, which is 10.7 over, which is outside of the Marlins, the highest over in the entire NL. Fun fact.
Yeah. Complete team. Uh, I didn't think we'd be able to get people
I don't
out.
know how we're going to get anybody out.
I still don't know, but it's happening. Like Matthew Boyd just got named to the All-Star team. Like
He's
great
been
year
having
by
a
him.
great year.
Like I always thought he was just an average pitcher that you would hope is like a decent like 4 or 5 guy. That being said, like Shota's been like good, not great. Justin Steele's out, obviously. Tyone just got hurt. Like kind of the lack of like really quality depth is creeping in a little bit. It's not really affecting the win losses at this point, but I wouldn't be too surprised if it is. Like Conway has been absolutely shelled um,
Is Ben
recently.
Brown back then?
No, Jordan Wicks came back.
Really?
Yeah, out of the pen. Like they've piecemealed the pen together really, really well. I was always concerned with Craig Counsell, and I know I've mentioned it on the pod before. Of like he came over with a reputation of being like some sort of pitching guru, which I always thought was a little out of place given he's a second baseman. Um, and I think I had always thought, still verdict's out. I'm not fully convinced, but had always thought that he just got that tag because of how good the Brewers staff was, and not necessarily him. Like it's hard to mess up games when you have Devin Williams and Josh Hader coming in at the end. I'd look smart there too. But he's done a really good job. Can't argue that. And obviously, I was nervous about Kyle Tucker. Not so much Kyle Tucker's production because he's one of the best players in baseball, but the fact that they gave up a lot and they didn't have a need in the outfield, and then they got rid of Cody Bellinger, created a need, got Kyle Tucker to fill it instead of really attacking like their need at third base. And their third base has been downright awful. But the real X factor has been Pete Crow Armstrong just being one of the best players in baseball.
Yeah, he is good.
Insane.
Yes.
Like,
No, but you guys, I feel like every single time I open up any sort of app that shows me scores,
yeah,
I feel like
we
you
just
guys
went
always have 6 runs.
Yeah. The thing is, like, we were very aggressive on the base paths, but we hit home runs, but like we work counts. So like we're always on base. We just force other teams to like legit like I know it gets said a lot like make the other team beat you. Like the Cubs legitimately do that. Like the strategy of how the Cubs approach like day to day plus the quality of players they have, especially like offensively, is just ridiculous.
Yes. Like even the fact that your third base has just been a hole, like
It's been terrible.
the fact that that's your really only hole is kind of crazy. Like Carson
Yeah.
Kelly just being one of the best hitting catchers in the league is just stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. And
When's
Miguel
that going
Amayo's
to
been
come
pretty
down to
good.
earth?
It's starting to, but it like comes down to earth, and then Michael Bush goes crazy.
Yeah. I'm trying to, yeah, I mean, obviously, oh, you are starting to turn on Dansby, right?
Dansby's good for the clubhouse. I don't think Dansby's like particularly good, like
What's
great
he
at
hit on
baseball.
a normal day? Like 7th or 8th? 9th?
Oh no, like fifth, sixth.
Ew. Stop
Yeah.
that. Stop. Get help.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you summed that up pretty nicely for the Cubbies. I get a little scared every time we have to face them.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are a very fun team. Say is ripping the shit out of the ball. PCA is doing PCA things. Yeah, Kyle Tucker's good as well. That's quite the outfield.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's still a part of you that is missing Cam Smith, especially seeing just what he's doing this year. But
I won't
think
miss him if we sign Kyle Tucker.
I
Until
just
that
don't know if
day,
you
I'll miss
will.
him. I don't think we will. The Ricketts don't want to open up the checkbook, so I don't.
Well, and you should have done it
See what happens.
preseason
I agree.
because now he's showing that not necessarily that you need him because your entire team's good, but like he's an integral part of that team.
Yeah, it's getting more expensive by the day.
Yes, very much
And
so.
we still haven't signed PCA either.
Yeah, that could be an issue. Maybe it's a short-lived run for the old Cubbies.
Yeah, I think they mortgage the future for now, and they better win now because they're not going to have much left. Pretty like very quickly.
I like your guys' chances against to dethrone the Dodgers as returning back to the World Series.
Oh, me too. Like our chances this year are as good as they ever could be. You know,
Yeah.
our hat is like pretty much already in the ring. and now you get the luxury of managing workload and stuff kind of down the stretch, most likely. And then it just comes down to, are you going to win the series that you need to in the postseason, which
Yeah.
there's nothing you can do about that now. So, yeah, as we say here today, it's about as good as a situation as you could possibly be in for the Cubs, which is great. But yeah, I mean, I like to build for long term and like multiple years of having your hat in the ring instead of
Yeah.
just going all
Who
in for
doesn't?
one. Just kind of my style, because I watched the Cubs be bad for far too long and with promise and stuff. Yeah, just nervous that they gave up too much. Same old story.
Yeah. Okay, stop yawning. I'm gonna move on if that's all right with you,
Yep.
because we are going a little long. But the Brewers are next at 82.5. I may be wrong, but I put under. You put over. They're currently pacing for over at 8 games over that prediction. I still don't really know what to think of this team because I still don't think they're that good. I'm trying to make sure I say his name right.
The Miz.
Misiorowski. Yes, the Miz.
Nasty.
Is nasty and fun to watch. Shohei did take him 450 earlier to deep center, which I recommend you watch that highlight because
I did.
it is very deep. On an 0-2 count too. Can't be leaving that there. But yeah, so they're 8. They're currently pacing for 8 over their target. I'm the biggest thing for me is what they're going to do with Freddie Peralta. Because there's been a whole bunch of rumors that they're trading him.
Smart teams do. Rather be early than late. Bill Belichick.
Yeah, but I feel like they always are just like too stone cold about that, and it just pisses people off. Like Corbin Burns was pissed by the time he left.
Yeah, I mean, they'd much rather be a wild card team and just get into the playoffs as many times as possible than ever have a legit chance to win the World Series. But at the same time, like you're in Milwaukee, you're not going to get that many people there. So if you're ever going to be good, it's going to have to be through acquisitions for the most part and drafting.
Yeah.
AKA situations where players don't have a choice but to play for you.
Park's in a very weird spot of Milwaukee, by the way. I
Forgot that you went there.
Yeah. I've been there 4 or 5 different times, I think. 4. Various reasons. But no, you have to like you it's not like it's a downtown park. Like it is, it's not far off, but you have to like take a shuttle there.
Yeah.
But the cool thing though is that most of the bars, if you like go and pregame there and spend some money, they have a shuttle. Like every single bar has a shuttle that will take you to and fro Brewers games, which I do think is very cool.
That's pretty sweet. Haven't been
But you
since high
shouldn't
school.
need that. Yeah, you shouldn't need that because it should be in your downtown. I'm a firm believer of that.
We've been spoiled.
Yeah. I'm ready to move on from the Brewers.
Yeah, I don't have much to say about them. They're good.
Nah, they stink. All right. So then the best team in the MLB, the Cincinnati Reds. They were projected at 79.5. We both said over, which as it stands right now, the Reds are 2.4 games above the prediction. We're not playing good ball right now, Jake. Assuming we don't score 12 runs in the bottom of the ninth, we're going to be losing our 4th straight game. Which the first 2 were against the Phillies. I'm cool with that. We won the first game. I didn't expect to leave there better than 1-2 anyway. I won't say I'm happy with it, but I'm more than content with a 1-2 series in Philadelphia, especially while you're facing Luzardo, Suarez, and Wheeler. It's pretty damn good 3. But now we're just looking silly against the Marlins, and it's not fun. Like I was saying, the last 3 games, Let me see if my phone's not dead. See how many hits we have in this game. Um, we have 4 hits, which is a whopping 6 total over the last 3 games on 6 runs. We might have more errors the last 3 games than runs. And we've faced Zach Wheeler, perfectly fine. Yesterday, we faced Jansen Junk, who made us look silly, and then Yuri Perez tonight. So we desperately need this All-Star break. However, we have 2 more against the Marlins, which I believe should be Andrew Abbott and Lodolo. But then we have a 3-game set against the pitiful Colorado Rockies before the All-Star break. So let's get on a nice 5-game winning streak while we hit the break. Watch Ellie and Andrew Abbott, who just got put on the All-Star game now. And then come back swinging when we come back.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. But no, no one on our team, at least offensively, has been consistent the entire year. I would say the most consistent has been Ellie. But he's definitely had some dips. Which his season's kind of funny to look at because his average, I want to say, I heard that his average hitting as a righty is like damn near close to 300, if not 300. But then obviously all of his power comes from the left side. But it's very cool and good to see that he's doing that from the right side. Like he even in the minors, he had a better average from the right side, but his average is lower than what it is right now in the majors. Like that's awesome. Because we stink against lefties, him getting on at a good clip against lefties gives us a good chance to at least try to do something against lefties. But our team just, I don't get it. We somehow stink against lefties. All of our good lefty guys have been hurt pretty much all year, like Hayes and Marte. But I don't know. This team is weird. Steer's getting hot. McLean's starting to turn around, but then other guys are falling off. And it's just annoying to watch sometimes. And that's probably the most negative you'll ever hear me about the Reds.
What do you want to do at the deadline?
I don't know because I need to see what we do over the next couple weeks. I'm pretty sure our schedule kind of stinks after the break.
But that doesn't change how good your team is. You're a 500 team.
You're a 500 team.
I mean, no matter how you slice it, you're a 500 team. Like that's just right. Like,
I disagree. Yeah, I think
interesting.
the reasons I disagree, outside of because I'm starting to get tired of Nick Martinez a little bit, but our rotation very good. Our bullpen has been good so far this year. Bullpens are prone to collapse at any moment, no matter what team you are. But our 13 lineup guys, like we have a lot of good things in there. No one's just like an absolute stud outside of Ellie. And that really starts to hurt us because I feel like this team really feeds off of each other to where if nobody's getting hits, obviously nobody else is getting hits. It's like we either score 10 runs or we score 1 run or at one point lose 3 straight 1-0 games. I don't know. I don't think calling anybody up right now would help. I feel like we could use another bat, but I don't know what the hell you're going to do with that because you already have too many third basemen, you have too many first basemen. You're already platooning right field, which is probably arguably your weakest hitting spot. So I don't know. You'd have to trade one of those guys or just straight up cut them. I don't know. I feel like right field should probably be a decision made in the offseason unless we're going to go trade for either a left fielder or center fielder and just shove Friedel into the other spot.
I feel like you guys are just caught in the middle right now, and I don't know what I would do. Like,
yeah,
we have a lot of decisions
to make this year too.
Yeah, there's not that many people that would be a trade like as a rental. Like the guys that you're counting on are guys that you'll continue to have, but it just seems like you have 26 good guys, and not that many great. But then also like you probably need 32, 35 ish to like really give yourself a great shot at winning anything. So I'm not sure how they get there yet.
Yeah.
And
I'll be
not
honest,
that they
I don't
can't. It's
like
just
our
it's not
bullpen,
clear.
but they do. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
half the guys in the bullpen, when they come in, I'm like, oh, here we go again. But
Right.
then they end up pitching well, and it's just, I don't like that I can't trust half of our bullpen. But no, like our lineup, like it's just stupid. I don't really understand it. Like CES will just have moments where he's just on an absolute tear, and then the next week he strikes out every single at bat, or pops up to the infield every single at bat. Just very frustrating. But I mean, he's not necessarily supposed to be like a cornerstone of our offense.
Mm-hmm.
And thankfully, we have pretty much every player on our team can play multiple positions. So it's like you can kind of ride the hot hand without screwing somebody else over. Because like every single person in our infield can play multiple positions. Our first baseman all year has basically was drafted as a third. Well, yeah, it's either Steer or CES or RIP Candelario.
That's what I was thinking.
They can also play third base.
Yeah.
So like we don't really have a true first baseman, which I'm A-okay with, because it's not like that's really gonna hurt you. I don't know. I love our lineup flexibility as far as positions go. I just need us to stay more consistent, because when we stay consistent, at least 4 people on our roster or in our lineup from day to day, we generally win that game. But then we have duds like the last 3 or 4 games where we only get 1 hit. At least it scores a run where we're not getting shut out all the time. But I would venture to say we probably have the most shutouts allowed in the league. Maybe obviously the Rockies, but I don't know. It's like when we're off, we just suck.
Yeah, it's hot and cold. It's inconsistency.
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
All right. I don't need to keep on this soapbox. We're still pacing over.
Yeah,
The
somehow. Yeah.
I still have faith in this team. I'm still very positive. It's just right now is a little bit of a negative, and I don't like it. All right, moving on. Last 2 teams, both predicted at the same exact spot at 75.5. That's the Pittsburgh Pirates and the St. Louis Cardinals. We'll start with the Pirates because I said so. We both said unders, which they are currently pacing for 8.6 wins less than their prediction, which I'm not surprised about because I don't think they're very good. They've got fun pieces, but like I feel like O'Neal Cruz is like a negatively fun piece, because he's at this point he's just going to turn into a DH.
Yeah,
like
he's got no interest in the field.
He's just too tall to stay at shortstop, and to your point, he looks like he has absolutely zero fucks given in center field. I mean, maybe you can hide him in right field as far as the glove is hiding, but his arm is an absolute cannon. So like that's typically what you do with guys like that. But he's got like the fact that I would have a million times more trust in Castellanos getting to a ball and making good play on it over O'Neal Cruz is kind of absurd.
Yeah, at what point are you like, screw the arm? It's great. It can sit on the bench and spell somebody every now and then. But like you're just going to be a DH, so you're healthy and you're in the lineup, guaranteed.
Which would be kind of a funny DH because he's fast as hell too.
Yeah, wouldn't fit the mold, but it seems like
you just look at that guy like that and you're like, why aren't you in the field?
Mm-hmm.
Which I think he's still only 26. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. Did you see Brian Reynolds' no trade list, by the way?
No, I didn't see the no trade list. I saw something else.
It's literally like every single team that's in the playoffs right now. It's mostly big cities. Like I don't think Chicago was on there, but like he said,
we don't need an outfielder. But
he said like no Mets, no Blue Jays, no Astros.
It's the kind of guy you want in your ball club, huh?
No Dodgers. Yeah. Well, I mean, he's got the 10-5 rights. I would have. Is he?
It just means he doesn't want to be traded. He's trying to maximize his no trade list because nobody's going to trade for him who's like not in the playoff picture. So
maybe he's just not a big city guy, you know?
I'll buy it.
Curious where he's from. But the rest of their team.
No shame in ring chasing.
Well, he's not ring chasing.
He's doing
But
the opposite. I'm just saying he should consider it because, hey, no shame.
yeah. Um,
Go play a meaningful baseball game for once in your life.
and like it's not even like he's doing anything. He's hitting 229 with only 10 home runs.
He just doesn't want to be traded. Must like his house. Affordable living over there in Pittsburgh, I'm sure. Similar to Cincinnati.
Oh, his birthday's a day before mine. He is a little bit younger. Though. He's from Baltimore, by the way.
They got to tear this thing down, though, because they're not going to go anywhere. So you might as well trade O'Neill Cruz, Paul Skeens, just Brian Reynolds. Trade them all. Screw it.
The Skeens thing is crazy. It's like I didn't
It's
see exactly
pathetic.
how many starts it was that he's either gone 0, 1, or 2 runs allowed, and I think they have 1 win in that. I think it's like in his 2 years, he's done that like 17 times or something like that.
Do right by your players,
2
do
or
right by
less.
your fans.
1 win.
Having a couple guys on your team who puts butts in seats doesn't really do it. As a fan, especially Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh wins shit. The Penguins, the Steelers, they win shit. And then you have pathetic Pirates there, 162 games a year, just misery.
Great ballpark.
Great ballpark, but tear it down. These guys have the most value they ever will. Paul Skeens.
I'm assuming you meant tear down the team, not the ballpark.
Correct, not the ballpark. Keep the ballpark. Sell everything before you sell the ballpark. But Skeens, his value is only kind of going to go down. He's already the best pitcher in baseball, and you're just going to lose contractual advantages over it.
Well, and dealing them would be better for the future too.
Yeah, or
fucking send Jared Jones out too,
or send him a.
Might as well just
one or the other.
Yeah, you got to do something.
Because
at least
I'm tired of them having 4 really, really good players and being a terrible team.
Yes,
it's embarrassing, and I feel so bad for people who are fans of the Pirates because there's no end in sight to these shenanigans. It's awful. They don't try to spend money. They don't try to do anything.
Yeah, but they signed Kutch again. I think that was their only off-season addition. It's kind of
for
Cardinals.
A farewell
they just
tour.
Didn't make anything. Yeah, which he was there last year. It's not even like it was some big homecoming. He just said, "I want to do one more year."
If I were a Pirates fan, which I certainly am not as a Cubs fan, but I would just be I'd rather go through the next 3 years of having nothing because we're going to win the same amount of games anyways. So who freaking cares? And have a absolute haul for Paul Skeens, Jared Jones, Brian Reynolds, O'Neill Cruz. Get rid of all of them.
I can't think of who
I'm not going to watch for the next 2 years anyways.
What's the name of their other stud minor league pitcher? That's supposed to be up somewhat soon.
Pitcher? I don't know. They got a really good second baseman though.
Oh, fucking hey. I can't think of the guy's name.
I'm on Fangraphs.
He's supposed to also be really good. Not Skeens good, or maybe not even Jared Jones good, but
Braxton Ashcraft. But I don't even know what position these guys play. I don't look at Bubba Chandler.
Bubba Chandler. There it is.
I actually did know that.
Which I would assume he's going to be up at some point this year. But
yeah, probably. I mean,
Bubba Chandler's 5th. Yeah, he's 5th overall in MLB.
I take the Clayton Kershaw approach. Don't care if you're a really, really good prospect until you do something at the MLB level. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So
there's plenty of guys who
I'd love
story on that.
It's just funny that I'm glad somebody said it because usually you're just gonna in an interview you're just gonna appease the fans or whoever's talking and play along with it. I'm glad that you just had the honesty of it doesn't matter. It's such a big jump from AAA to the major leagues because the major leagues you're playing against Hall of Famers and not just this guy's slightly better than me anymore. Because that's the difference between AA and AAA. It's there's just barely better. And then you get to MLB and it's a quad A player against a Hall of Famer in his prime. It's not even the same.
A lot of times, yeah, but a lot of times some of the best prospects chill in AA for a long time because I feel like a lot of times that the guys that get through the minors quick, spend a lot of time in Double A, and go through Triple A very fast.
Yeah.
Because it's like they prove what they can do in Double A, and then they get to Triple A, and it's the exact same stats, especially like a starting pitcher. Like Chase Burns,
Yeah,
for
they're like, I've
instance.
seen enough.
He pitched twice, I think, in Triple A, and they're just like, all right, Hunter Green's hurt. Come on up, brother.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Triple A is more for like the role player, like up and down guy for the most part.
Yeah. It's
And I mean, obviously
you need
prospects, but to your point, shorter
the
stays
fill
typically.
in, the injury fill in guys that are
Right.
probably below replacement, but
And like have to be geographically closer because they could get called up any day.
Ready. Yes. Ready at the drop of a hat. All right. Final team. St. Louis Cardinals, also 75.5. We both said under yet again, and they are very much not under. They are currently on pace for 85.5, which is good for exactly 10 over that prediction. I feel like they've had this in them for a long time because I look at their team. We've talked about this before. Their team is a bunch of above average players, but nobody's great. And I feel like teams or guys on this team are really starting to kind of take a step forward. And even it sounds like JJ Weatherholt is just absolutely knocking on the door, and it's almost like to the point where they need to call him up, especially because I mean that would just be like getting a huge trade acquisition.
Yep.
If he continues to produce at a major league level,
it's the Cardinals' way. They just figure out how to make things work with not a whole lot of like outside pieces. So they continue to do it. Once again, interesting to see they're kind of in a very important stretch of their season. If they stay hot, they're buyers. If not, they're probably going to sell quite a bit, like Nolan Arenado, for example. So we'll see. I hate the Cardinals. I just hate them, just as a fan.
They're my least favorite. Damn.
Nice stadium too, though. Like Busch.
Yes, I'd love to go there someday, and hopefully will very soon.
Went to an All-Star game there. Ted Lilly was the only Cub. Yeah, whatever year that was. Cubs were terrible. My grandpa, R.I.P.
You know what's wild that I just randomly stumbled across? The Pirates have a 26-21 home record. On the road, they're 12-33.
Yikes.
Yeah. So if they just played their entire season at home, they would have been fine. Yeah. I don't have a whole bunch more to add for the Cardinals. I am very curious to see how these next couple weeks go because they do have some good pieces that they could move. Arenado, Helsley. I thought Helsley was going to be gone by the beginning of the year, but alas, he's still there. I am excited to see JJ Weatherholt whenever he comes up because I watched a couple spring training games with him and he's very good. Do you have anything else to add, whether it be NL Central or the NL as a whole?
Nothing more to add. I do want to do like some sort of trade deadline, like pre-trade deadline of let's put the GM caps on, what we think teams should do, what we think they should be looking for type of segment. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if it's the next podcast or I don't know what your thoughts are on scheduling, but I think we cram that in a couple weeks out. So in the next week or so.
Honestly, I mean, we could just do that in the next one unless we want to do like a all-star game special type thing. But again, we can always discuss that. I do think it would be cool if we did your idea of like identifying trade candidates, but we basically pick teams out of a hat and then like you just own that team and you make the decision so that the other person just listens and chimes in instead of us arguing over what the Cardinals should do for an hour.
Love it.
List it. All right. I believe, unless you interject, that's going to do it for us today. That was our rundown of the NL over-unders from the beginning of the season. We still got a whole lot of baseball to be played. We'll see if any of these change.
Yeah, big couple weeks over the baseball landscape, just with mid-season stuff coming, deadline, all that good stuff. So, pretty exciting time before you get kind of into the slog of it. So, going to do my best to enjoy these next couple of weeks. And then also, social media plug. Barrel Blunder, kind of hopefully coming to an end. Hopefully they can figure it out. Otherwise, it's going to be a drag, but I'm here for it. People love it. Going to start pumping out a little bit different content in the short form, and then hopefully focus on this a little bit more too, because I like these conversations with you, Matt.
Aw, that was cute. No, I couldn't agree more. By the way, because I forgot to say this, I went 8-7 on the over-unders, and the NL you went 6-9.
We said 8-7. I heard 7-8, and I thought you went like 7-8 in your softball game today or something.
No, I think I went 1 for 4, which puts me at 1 win over you. So I'm better. All right. Well, that's going to do it. Yeah. Pats on the back for me.
Yeah, good for you.
This went way longer than I thought it was going to. So this should be fun to edit.
Who cares? Just push it out.
Yeah. The mic's not working. Who cares?
Yeah. That's what I would do. Fuck it.
Oh, little Hendrix
Quick
moment.
and dirty.
Right. Peace.
See ya.
Hanging up. Goodbye.
Later.
Peace.